veterinarians are raising serious concerns. New research shows that everyday food choices and common litter box setups may be silently shortening your cat's lifespan. The last mistake is so normal, almost every owner ignores it, until it's too late. Let's begin. Number 1. Your water bowl is in the wrong place. But here's where the situation becomes even more dangerous. Even if your cat wanted to drink more water, their ancient survival brain is actively stopping them from doing it. In the wild, a cat will instinctively avoid drinking water that is located near their food source or near a carcass. Why? Because in nature, a dead animal near water usually means bacterial contamination, parasites, and potential death. Your cat's survival instinct sees a water bowl positioned right next to their food dish as a massive biohazard warning sign. This is why you constantly see them begging for water from a dripping faucet or drinking from that glass on your nightstand. They aren't being quirky or difficult. They are literally trying to survive by following programming that's millions of years old. Research from the University of California, Davis shows that simply moving water bowls just 6 feet away from food stations can increase daily water consumption by up to 40%. Your kitchen layout might actually be the primary reason your cat's kidneys are failing right now. Number 2. The whisker torture device. And there's another sinister reason your cat refuses to drink adequate water: physical pain. Those deep, narrow water bowls you bought because they look stylish? They're actually torture devices for your cat. Every single time your cat's highly sensitive whiskers make contact with the sides of the bowl, it sends painful sensory signals through their entire nervous system. Imagine someone poking you directly in the eyeball every single time you tried to take a sip of water. That's what your cat experiences with improper bowls. Veterinary behaviorists have identified this phenomenon as whisker fatigue, and it's completely preventable with the right bowl design. Wide, shallow dishes made from stainless steel or ceramic eliminate this painful sensory overload instantly. One comprehensive study from Ohio State University's veterinary program showed that cats drank 63% more water when whisker stress was completely removed from the equation. That single environmental change could potentially add 5 years to your cat's life simply by protecting their kidney function. Number 3. The wet food revolution. Now here's the life-saving intervention that most cat owners never discover until it's too late. Wet food isn't a special treat or a luxury item. It's preventive medicine in a can. A single 3-ounce portion of quality wet food contains more biologically available hydration than your cat will voluntarily drink all day from even the best water bowl setup. The difference is staggering when you look at the numbers. Cats fed exclusively on wet food diets have kidney function values that look approximately 7 years younger than dry-fed cats of the exact same chronological age. If switching completely to wet food isn't within your budget constraints, even the simple act of adding just 2 tablespoons of warm water to every dry food meal can make a significant difference in reducing the toxic metabolic load on their kidneys. Japanese longevity studies that tracked cats living past 20 years found one universal common thread across all subjects. 100% of these exceptionally long-lived cats were maintained on predominantly high-moisture diets throughout their lives. Every single meal you serve is either actively healing their kidneys or progressively destroying them. Choose wisely. Number 4. The dental disease. Time bomb. But hydration is only half the longevity equation. There's a bacterial time bomb actively growing in your cat's mouth right now, and it's systematically destroying them from the inside out. If your cat has noticeably bad breath, that odor isn't a normal part of being a cat. It's the smell of active bacterial infection. By age 3, approximately 70% of all cats have developed some form of periodontal disease. By age 10, that percentage climbs to nearly 90%. This isn't just about losing a few teeth in old age. The mouth serves as the gateway to the entire circulatory system. When the gums become inflamed and infected, the protective barrier between the oral cavity and the bloodstream becomes compromised. Every time your cat chews their food, billions of pathogenic bacteria are forced directly into their circulatory system. UC Davis research has definitively proven that these oral bacteria have a specific biological affinity for heart valves and the delicate filtration units within the kidneys, causing progressive organ damage and failure years later. Professional dental cleanings performed under anesthesia aren't optional cosmetic procedures. They're essential life-saving medical interventions that reduce heart disease risk by approximately 60%. Number 5. The mobility crisis destroying senior cats. Now let's discuss the epidemic that's hiding in plain sight in millions of homes. Arthritis in aging cats. Clinical studies prove that over 90% of cats above age 12 have radiographic evidence of arthritis, yet almost none of these cats receive appropriate pain management medication. Why does this massive treatment gap exist? Because cats are evolutionary masters of deception when it comes to hiding pain and weakness. They don't limp dramatically like dogs do. They don't whimper or cry out. They simply stop jumping up onto furniture. When your 10-year-old cat suddenly stops leaping onto the kitchen counter, most owners dismiss it as normal, slowing down with age. It's not normal. It's untreated silent agony. Your cat's joints are grinding bone directly against bone with every movement, and they're hiding this intense suffering to avoid appearing vulnerable to potential predators. That barely noticeable split-second hesitation before jumping onto the bed? That's your cat mentally calculating whether the pain of jumping is worth the reward of reaching their destination. Every single day they suffer in silence while we live our normal lives completely unaware. Number 6. The death spiral of inactivity. But here's where arthritis transforms from a pain problem into a life-threatening systemic crisis. When cats stop moving regularly, absolutely everything in their body begins to shut down. Muscle mass disappears in a matter of weeks. Metabolism crashes dramatically. Blood circulation slows to dangerous levels. Internal organs begin to decline and fail from inadequate perfusion. It's a biological death spiral that feeds on itself. Inactive cats lose muscle tissue so rapidly that their bodies actually start consuming their own organ tissue for energy when dietary protein becomes insufficient. Within just 6 months of becoming sedentary, a previously healthy and strong cat can transform into a frail, weak shadow of their former self. Comprehensive Swedish longevity research that followed cats for decades found a striking correlation. Cats who successfully maintained consistent mobility and activity levels past age 15 lived an average of 6 additional years compared to sedentary cats. Movement isn't a lifestyle choice or optional exercise. It's literally the difference between a cat dying at 13 versus thriving well into their late teens and early 20s. Number 7. The home modifications that add years. Think of your home environment as a specialized rehabilitation center designed for a retired professional athlete. Every single obstacle you remove, every accommodation you add, literally adds weeks or months to their remaining lifespan. Install carpeted ramps leading to their favorite elevated spots. Add cushioned steps beside the bed so they can reach you without painful jumping. Raise both food and water bowls to shoulder height so they don't have to hunch their arthritic neck and spine downward with every meal. These aren't merely cosmetic changes to make your home look pet-friendly. They're legitimate medical interventions with measurable health outcomes. One detailed tracking study followed cats who received comprehensive accessibility modifications and documented that they increased their overall daily activity levels by over 300% within just a few weeks of implementation. More consistent movement translates directly into stronger muscle maintenance, dramatically better circulation throughout the body, and healthier organ function across all systems. Switch to a low-entry litter box immediately. A cat suffering from painful arthritic hips who must climb over a high plastic wall just to eliminate will eventually stop using the box entirely, leading to serious behavioral problems that can permanently destroy the bond between you. Number 8. The obesity accelerator. But environmental modifications mean absolutely nothing if your